Hello,
我是
everyone. I'm ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw a Shantungosaurus. Shantungosaurus was an enormous hadrosaurid dinosaur. When it comes to hadrosaurs, an image of a large-sized, quadrupedal, herbivorous dinosaur with no armor will appear in our minds. Shantungosaurus is typical among this group. Although we call it a duck-billed dinosaur, its mouth looked more like a giant bird's when it was alive due to the keratin sheath wrapped outside. Its body was enormous. Shantungosaurus was the largest hadrosaur, with a body length of an astonishing 15 meters. Through in-depth research on this type of dinosaur over the years, its body shape has been proven to vastly differ from what was previously believed. It was initially thought to walk on 2 legs, but now we know it walked on 4s. In addition to these features, we also know some other details about it. For example, its 4 limbs ended in hooves, and its body had delicate scales. Now, let's get started. We begin with the head of Shantungosaurus. Draw its mouth first. This line represents its relatively flat head top. Then, go back to draw its mouth, which is a downward curved beak. Its mouth can open very wide. Here is the eye. Draw a large nostril above the mouth. Followed by the brow ridge above the eye. Then, draw the jugal bone here on its face. Add some shading to the lower jaw. Proceed to draw its neck, followed by its torso. We can use dotted lines to draw its back as this dinosaur has many small spikes on its back. Then, draw the thigh and sketch its shoulder blade. After that, we come to its upper arm, forearm, and hand. Its hand had 2 relatively large hooves. It also had another tiny finger. Then, let's draw its hind limbs, including the thigh, calf, ankle, and foot. Its feet had 3 toenails. Move on to the other foot. Most of this leg has been blocked. Slightly show the ground, and add some structures to the ankle and knee. Afterward, draw its tail with some muscles on the side. Then, we move to draw its back. Its back would arch upward with many protrusions on top, resembling the parapets on the Great Wall. However, those protrusions were not real spikes, as they were pretty blunt. On the lateral side of its neck and torso, we can draw some folds. The same goes for the lateral side of its tail. Next, let's refine the picture with more details. For example, on the ground, we can add shadows around its feet, and draw folds on its arms. Then, complete the tiny spikes on its tail. Next, let's color this Shantungosaurus. First, use yellow to draw the boundary between the colors of its back and belly. Fill this area with yellow. Start from its head and torso to the base of its tail. Trace along the inside of the outline with thick strokes first. This will help us to fill the middle part quickly. Do the same for the tail. At the tail end, we can leave out several white patterns. Then, we come to the forelimbs and color the outside of its arms. When coloring, make sure to leave its nails uncolored. Then, use brown to color the tiny spikes on its back. We only need to dab each spike. There is no need to color them fully. Afterward, draw a string of patterns along its back. Outline these patterns first. We can draw their edges zigzagged. In the gaps between the large patterns, we can add more tiny patterns. Randomly place these small patterns between the big ones. Then, color its mouth. You can add some more patterns irregularly on the side of its body. Then, use gray to draw the shadows on its white skin, such as the underside of the head, the chest, the lower part of the belly, and the ventral side of the tail. This gray can also be used to color its nails. Lastly, use green to embellish the eye, and draw some plants under the feet. In this way, we have finished drawing the Shantungosaurus.